Welcome to Historic Coin, the channel where every coin tells a story far richer than its face value. Today, we are about to explore the fascinating journey of the 1989 British 2-pence coin, a humble copper-plated disc that has traveled through decades of history. At first glance, it might just seem like loose change you'd find at the bottom of a drawer, but in reality, it carries symbols of tradition, monarchy, and craftsmanship that date back centuries. In this video, you're not just going to see a coin. You'll uncover the history of Britain's currency, the meaning behind the coin's design, and the world it was born into in 1989. By the end of this story, you'll see why collectors around the world still hold the 1989 2-pence coin in high regard. So, sit tight, because once you start this journey, you won't want to skip a single second. The era of 1989. The year 1989 was a time of change and progress in the United Kingdom. It was the final year of the 1980s, a decade marked by technological innovation, political shifts, and cultural milestones. Britain was under the leadership of Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, and the country was seeing both economic growth and societal transformation. In this atmosphere, coins like the 2-pence continued to be part of everyday life, jingling in pockets, passing through countless hands, and quietly recording the pulse of a nation. While many people overlooked these small copper coins, they were being minted with precision and care by the Royal Mint, ensuring that each one carried the exact same weight, design, and quality expected of British currency. The history of the 2-pence coin. The 2-pence coin was first introduced in 1971 as part of the United Kingdom's decimalisation process, which replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. The aim was to simplify the currency for everyday use and bring Britain in line with other decimal-based economies. The 1989 version followed the same design tradition that had been set in 1971, keeping the coin's identity instantly recognizable. While it was a small denomination, it played an important role in transactions, from buying sweets at the corner shop to paying exact bus fares. Over time, it became not only a practical tool of exchange, but also a piece of history representing Britain's adaptation to modern currency systems. Material and specifications. The 1989 2-pence coin was made of bronze, a composition of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. This gave it its distinctive reddish-brown color, which would darken with age and circulation. The coin measured 25.91 millimeters in diameter and weighed 7.12 grams, making it one of the larger coins in everyday use at the time. The edges were smooth without any reading, which gave the coin a clean, simple finish. Every detail, from its size to its weight, was strictly controlled by the Royal Mint to ensure consistency. For collectors, these precise measurements are part of what makes identifying and authenticating a coin so satisfying. The obverse side, front. The front of the 1989 2-pence coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the talented sculptor Raphael Makhlouf. This was the third official portrait of the Queen to appear on British coinage, introduced in 1985 and used until 1997. In this depiction, the Queen wears the George IV state diadem, a crown encrusted with diamonds and pearls, traditionally worn for the state opening of Parliament. Around the portrait, the Latin inscription reads, Elizabeth II de Greg de 1989, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This side of the coin not only asserts the coin's authenticity, but also reflects the constitutional role of the monarch in British life. The reverse side, back. The back of the coin displays the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encased in a coronet. Beneath the coronet, a ribbon bears the German motto, Ich diene, meaning I serve. The words 2 pence are inscribed above the feathers, and the number 2 is positioned below. This design, created by Christopher Ironside, had been used on the 2 pence coin since its introduction in 1971. The emblem is centuries old, dating back to the time of Edward, the Black Prince, and serves as a powerful reminder of royal heritage and service to the people. Minting and circulation. The 1989 2 pence coin was minted by the Royal Mint in large numbers for circulation. While it was not produced in limited quantities, the quality of minting ensured that each coin left the presses with crisp details and a flawless finish. The minting process involved striking blank bronze discs with tremendous force to create sharp images on both sides. Once minted, the coins entered circulation, passing through countless transactions, pockets, tills, and coin jars. Even though many were used daily, a well-preserved example from 1989 still shines with historical and aesthetic value. Cultural significance. Although small in value, the 2 pence coin became a familiar part of British culture. It was used in everything from arcade machines to charity collections, and it even inspired playful traditions, like tossing coins into fountains for luck. The coin's design connected everyday life to centuries of royal symbolism, subtly reminding the public of the monarchy's enduring presence. In a way, it acted as a bridge between the modern Britain of the late 20th century and the traditions that shaped the nation over hundreds of years. Collectors' interest. For coin collectors, the 1989 2 pence holds interest for both historical and design reasons. While it is not considered rare in circulated form, finding an uncirculated or proof version can be a delight. Proof coins, specially made for collectors, were struck with extra care, resulting in a mirror-like finish and incredibly sharp details. These versions were typically sold in presentation sets, rather than released into everyday circulation. Over time, even common year coins like the 1989 issue gain charm, as they represent a snapshot of a specific year in Britain's monetary history. Condition and value. In circulated condition, the 1989 2 pence coin is usually worth its face value. However, in uncirculated or proof condition, it can fetch a higher price among collectors. Factors such as luster, absence of scratches, and well-preserved edges all contribute to a coin's desirability. Collectors often store these coins in protective cases to prevent tarnish and wear, ensuring they remain in pristine condition for years to come. Over decades, the value of such coins can increase, especially if they become part of a sought-after collection. Legacy of the design. The 2 pence coin's design remained largely unchanged until 2008, when the United Kingdom introduced a new reverse design featuring a segment of the royal shield. This made coins like the 1989 version even more special, as they represent the classic style that was a part of daily life for nearly 4 decades. The Prince of Wales's feathers, motto, and crown are now seen as vintage design elements, appreciated by collectors who admire the elegance and historical depth of British coinage. The 1989 2 pence is more than just a piece of bronze. It is a witness to history. It represents a year, a monarchy, and a country in a moment of transition. Its design tells a story of royal duty, national identity, and everyday life in the UK during the late 20th century. Whether you hold it for its aesthetic beauty, its cultural connections, or its place in numismatic history, this coin is a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry the greatest stories. And that is why we explore them here on Historic Coin.